Now, SBTi, or Science-Based Targets Initiative, are very much seen as the gold standard in this area. They are kind of setting the marker for science-based target setting, which is why we're so thrilled to have them in. And this really is quite a unique opportunity.
The goal of the SBTi is to enable companies to set emissions reductions targets that are in line with the latest climate science, so that we can avoid the most catastrophic impact of climate change. So currently we're in a state where our economy has an enormous emissions footprint, and most of this comes from burning fossil fuels, cutting down forests, and feeding a growing population. To help companies determine how much they need to reduce emissions to be in line with the global net zero scenarios that limit global warming to 1.5 degrees. These targets are also, they have to be aligned with 1.5 degrees and must be achieved by no later than 2050. And for most companies, this means that they will be required to reduce their emissions by about 90%. Companies should focus their climate targets on abatement as a priority, so emissions reductions within their own value chain. So having an approved SBT really indicates that the target is robust, credible, and also in line with the level of decarbonization needed to meet the Paris Agreement. The goal is to really see companies start that journey, understand their own value chain, and identify hotspots that they can work on.
Yeah, so it strikes me that there are two questions, which is what's in your scope 3 inventory? The answer is everything. And then what do you then choose in your near-term target to reduce? The answer is at least 67%. And companies can choose, depending on which sector they're in, which 67% they go for.
One piece of practical advice from our side is that it is important to hire a dedicated team member to focus on sustainability. So really a dedicated member and not just adding this responsibility to someone already part of the organization is important.